Hi guys, welcome to Jana's Crochet Journey. Today is Saturday, August 6th, 2022. It's been a few days, had a few things going on, so I am just now coming on. I was trying very hard to have something to show you all for all my returning yarny friends and new. Thanks everybody for being here. So I finished the border on my Mosaic blanket. Ah, yay. I had some great suggestions in the last video that if I do this border again, I will keep in mind. Of course, I didn't think of the things they said. It was like, duh. So anyways, did not measure the blanket. Sorry. Just one of those things. I've been busy today doing a little food prep. Need to get outside even though it's super humid and muggy, but you know, I want to enjoy these days because they're going to be gone before you know it. So, first things first. I am going to show this mosaic. The pattern is the Havana Afghan by Tina. It's a paid for pattern. She has several. I didn't follow the border quite the way she suggested because, if y'all know, it was a little frustrating. Alright, so okay, so this was the beginning for January, February, March, April, May, June, and then July, and then this was the border. Someone said that they called it the envelope border, which cool. It makes sense. I never heard of it that way. So this is the border. You first put a color that you can see easy, slip stitching all the way around. Then you pick a border color and you go into the front, which, yes, it's not perfect, but that's okay. And you go around the whole thing in the double, and then you come back around with the double, and then you go to the back side, do the same, and then I single crocheted them together to give you this. It's a thick squishy piece because all of your tails, if you're familiar with mosaic, get hidden in here and you don't have to weave all your ends in, which was, you know, easy because when you're looking at all these ends on a very long blanket, if you don't weave them in as you go before you put a border, which was another option, you know, it can be a little. But if I stretch my arms out, and I have shrunk to 5'7", my arms are out straight to give you how wide it is. And then however big the sections are. I know I should have measured it, sorry, but yeah. So this is done all the way around, and the sides I always struggle with. There might be a little, I mean, it's not too ripply, and there is like stretch and give to it. So done. Voila. and I will be giving this as a Christmas gift to someone. I already have them in mind. I will wash it before I give it to them, just to soften it up a little bit, because I used mostly Mary Maxim value yarns. I might have one Crafter's Secret in there. I mean, if you went back, every month I did a section if you wanted to specifically see the yarns and whatever, but I'm pretty sure most of you are sick and tired of seeing this thing. So that is done. Finished object. Okay. Finally. One whip of many. Okay. Another whip that I finished. I was doing Crystal from Bag O' Days Ladies Top Spring into Summer crochet pattern, and this is a paid for pattern. I bought her thumb drive back when she was still selling them, and it says it's an intermediate pattern, but the cool thing is when I got stuck, I just went onto YouTube, opened up a second window, had the video on, watched it for where I was, and then I would pause it and, you know, click back to the other window for YouTube and just, you know, went along like that. So I used a 6mm hook, and at Hobby Lobby's clearance this year I found the Yarn Bee Stitch 101 acetate, and this is the color Redwood. Pretty, like a maroonish color. This was a 4 medium and originally $5.99. I got it for $1.49. This is what's left of my second skein. So I have one full and that left. Used my 6mm, my new hook, and I'll store that back in the bag. I could have put this on, but I didn't. I did the sizing for a large as far as how wide to make the panels, because you make the 2 panels and then you, I think it was slip stitch them together. But I did the rows longwise for an extra large. I just put an extra row on. I like more room. You know, you got to cover those areas, people. Okay, so here is the top. And this is her specific shell stitch for this. You can see right behind my fingers. It was 2 triples, chain 2, and then a double, all into the same stitch. And the border is on it before you stitch the panels together. And then she just has you leave however much space for your arm. And of course, when I did the bottom row, I didn't go up a hook, so my bottom feels a little tighter than my top. But I think once you put it on and get it over your hips, you know, it should be a little better. Just to have an idea. So if I wore it here, oops, sorry. So yeah, like, you know, it should fit just right. So yeah, done. it's really, it's pretty simple. I mean, if you follow her and, watch her video, she's a really good teacher. And even the seam on the side, smooth, no bumpies, because she has, when you put them together, you're putting them wrong side together and you're doing the front loop closest to you into the back loop farthest away, so you don't get a bump or a ridge. So that will get put in the closet to wear with a tank top under it, of course. And that is it. Now, I have all of her patterns. I went through and I printed them all and put them in a binder divided by what they are. So I will put that in the front to say that it's done. Something small I did was I did a washcloth, or a dishcloth I should say. I used a 6mm hook, and I used Premier Home cotton in the color Passion Fruit, which I had a bunch of this. And then one of the only Crafter Secrets that I found on the clearance this year for 57 cents. This is 100% cotton in the color Fondant Fun 2. So it had that purple in it. And I just, however I felt like it, alternated between a single row and a half double, or I would do 2 singles, whatever. And then I just did 10 rows of the purple, Passion Fruit, 4 rows of the Fondant, 10 Passion, 4 Fondant, 10 Passion. And I'm not putting a border on it because to me that's a waste. And I have bad rippling problems, whereas right now it's pretty even. So if I put a border on it, I seem to mess them up, which, whatever. So yeah, just another dishcloth. I had to have something to throw in a bag to keep me busy. And so that's really small, and you could throw that in your purse and not even have to worry about it. I did chain 35, and then the first chain from the hook gives you 34, and I just made sure after every row I had 34 to try to keep my sides going. Okay, the next thing is Chrissy from Crochet Creations by Chrissy. I go visit her live every Sunday at 10 a.m. until 11, and she has some giveaways every Sunday. This Sunday my name was drawn and she has a basket full of prizes, and I chose this because my name came up. Sheepgee's Velvet Color Crafter. I know I'm not saying it right. And this is 100 grams, 300 meters. It's 100% premium acrylic in the color Bergman. And it's like different shades of, I don't know if it's black or gray with some white, or is it just black and gray? I don't know, but pretty. And I chose this because I've never had it. And I think it's a 3. Because it doesn't say. But, I would say it's a 3. Maybe you can't see that color very well. There we go. So I'm going to put this in my DK shelf for a future project. And I would have to see what that converts to because they don't give you yards. So there's that. I am doing, she has several cals or males that she's also doing. She's knitting a shawl, and if you don't knit, you could crochet a shawl. I did pick the pattern. I showed what little bit I had going on it last video. I didn't really get too much done because I really wanted to focus on this mosaic blanket. And she also has started this shawl. It's a free pattern. If you walk through Hobby Lobby, you can grab it, or it's also on their website. And I haven't picked the colors yet or officially said I'm doing it, but I want to. But then again, I'm like, you need to finish some of these whips sitting around you because it's, you know, I try to do a little bit on each one, but then it's like I really don't have much to show. So I just need to, that's why I grabbed this, grabbed the wearable from Crystal, and just had to get some finished objects done, clear my brain and my space a little bit because there are so many things I want to do. And in saying so, Nancy from Nan's Next Knots is starting her 6th crochet along, make along, I don't know. It started Thursday. I have not watched the video. I just picked my colors yesterday because it's once a week for 20 weeks. I think I can do it. And it can always be a Christmas gift by the time it's done. That's my rationale. You pick a main color and then 8 colors. You number the labels. Whatever number is drawn, that's what you do. You don't have to do her window blanket that she usually does. I think Trish is drawing the numbers this time around, though. Maybe. I'll let you know for sure next week. I just know that I've just picked my colors. So I have 2 skeins of this red heart in the color gold. And these are all 4 weights. So this is going to be my main color. This is the color that will go in between each week and a border if I put a border. You don't have to do the blanket. You can do squares. You can do a shawl. You can do a wrap. I still haven't decided what I'm doing, so I guess when I sit down, then I'll decide which pattern I'm going to use and how I'm going to do it. But I am going to do the 3 rows of each, no matter what I end up making. So main color is gold. Then these colors, 2, 4, 8, I'll have to number, just random. So my main color that I went with, I found this one skein of I Love This Yarn print in the Hobby Lobby clearance, 100% acrylic, and this is the color Kaleidoscope. I wish there would have been more. I love this color. And the funny thing is, I was looking through my yarn stash, believe it or not, friends and family. I don't have any solids of I Love This Yarn. Like, what? So I had to pick colors out of this from my other yarns. No, wait, I take that back. On clearance this year, I found this solid red. That's the only one I had, and that was this year. So I pulled the red out of the kaleidoscope. That'll get a number. Then I was looking through and I wanted to pick colors out of here that I only had one skein of so that I could use it in this and then throw it in my scrap tote for eventually a scrap blanket. So I had one of this Stitch Studio by Nicole in the color bright orange. So I pulled that out of there. I had one skein of Atomic Turquoise by Fair Isle in with Liberty. So I had that one. I have one of Premier Basic in turquoise, which is darker than the one I just showed you. I have one in the Premier Basic of Aqua, so I pulled that out of there. So I'm like, okay, I got 3 blues, I got the orange, got the red, so I knew I wanted to have this violet color. So I went to my Big Twist Value, and this is magenta. I do have more than one of these, so I can put this back into a future project. And then Premier Basic, I had dipped into this eggplant for a different project. So it's a partially used skein. So I pulled this to put in here, and because I had got 7 colors and I'm like, where's another color in here? I didn't want this greenish, like I wasn't a fan. So then there's somewhere in here has like purple specks. So like there was a little purple. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the purple. So kaleidoscope, and I would love to get my hands on some more of that in the future. But can she juggle? No. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So anywho, I am going to number those, put them in a project bag, and find the video. I know it's one of 2 people that are in my brain. I just don't want to say the wrong one. But next week I will show my progress. I will get my base row going before I find out what the color is. Then I'll put my color on, and then I'll get my 3 rows of my base. And I like to be set up like that, so when the number's drawn, I can just throw my color on and it'll be done. Okay, that is everything that I could catch you up on. Yeah, that's it. I have a month and a week before my grandson is due to enter this world from my oldest, and found out yesterday that my other daughter is expecting a boy as well. So he will be 5 months younger than my oldest daughter. So how cute. They will grow up together. They should be close cousins, someone to play with, someone to fight with. Yeah, so that's exciting. Now I need to get going on another layette set. I had one started before for a girl just to have in my stash. Obviously don't need it right now, so I need to get going on that. Have some Christmas projects I need to start as well, but I also have some whips I need to do. So anyways, I won't keep you. I've got some more housework and yard work and some company coming a little later. So please like and subscribe, share if you want to, leave a comment. I love interacting and talking with people. It's, people who have the interests that you do. And yeah. All right, guys, thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.